Welcome to Dirt Grease Outdoor Peace. My name's Matt. This is a 78 Honda Goldwing that I'm working on. And I have a whole series of videos on this. Probably should have just used my impact for my driver. Now this is, I've never worked on one of these before. Oops. Now the gasket came off with a cover on the other side. But so that one's loose. Okay, so the sequence is, and like we said, or like I said, like we said, yeah, there's nobody else here. Like I said, the sequence is you crank it over, and when the exhaust, this is the exhaust here, intake here, and this is loose. When the exhaust just starts to open, you set the intake. Once you have that done, you want the intake to open and almost close, and then you adjust the exhaust. Well, I have a feeling I'm gonna make a big mess. So I'm gonna squeeze the front brake handle and see if I can push this piston out a little more, maybe just pop it right out. The other side, the pads are on, and the pads are touching, so all the pressure's coming to this side. I think it just needs to be cleaned up and put back together. It's just all gummy in there. Hopefully this thing doesn't just blow out of here. Oh, I feel it leaking. Let's see if it'll go a little more. Man, that thing is tight in there. I don't know if it's got enough room to come out of there. There it goes. There we go. Oh yeah. Just dump that shit all over the place. Yeah, it's just all gummy and nasty in there. Oh shit. Nice. Should have got the little drain pan. Might as well just get that. Yeah, there's a bunch of, oh my god, look at the junk in there. Look at that. It's just freaking sludge. Freaking 45 years of sludge. Okay, so let me clean that up. Try to neutralize it before it eats my paint. It's really grungy. There's the piston. That's in good shape. It was just real gummy in there, so I'm gonna get this cleaned up. I'm gonna hit it with some real fine Scotch-Brite and then clean that bore out. Pretty good. Now you can see where it sat in one spot for a long time. Yeah, it's already feeling a lot better. Put a little .5 on there. This is what I'm going to flush through the system and end up using. I did the rear brake already. It was hard to see in there, and I just figured I would get it done and spare you guys the boredom. Now, once it starts in that seat, yeah, see the air pressure is fighting me already. So I'm gonna crack that bleeder to let the air out. Oh. There it goes. There it goes. Now, we can get our seal on there. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot more free in there now. I think we're gonna be okay. And it's still sealed up good enough where that O-ring is in good enough shape. I'm not sure if you know, if you guys that are watching, if you understand what happens with that piston when you hit the brakes. I could try to illustrate it with this seal, even though this isn't like what's in there, but you saw that square O-ring in there. As you squeeze the handle or push on the brake pedal, the piston comes out and the O-ring is got tension on it, so when you let off of the handle and you release the pressure, the O-ring is what pulls the piston back in. It's just the tension of that rubber grabbing the side of the piston and wanting to let the piston come back in. So that's when you let off the brake, that O-ring pulls that piston back in, and that's what lets the brakes relax a little bit and give you the freewheel. So when they get sticky in there, all that crap was built up around the bore and in between the bore and the piston. It makes the piston just stick out or stick up against the rotor and not let it retract. So all we had to do was clean that up and get some fresh brake fluid in there, and we should be good to go. Ouch. Wow. That was easy. I think sometimes what happens is you got to be careful with the brake clean on these. The brake clean will make this rubber swell. So I should have known. Sneak this in here. Like that. Make sure the yeah, I'm gonna put some new lube on these pins. This stuff is all kind of sticky. It's not bad, but this Silglide is real handy to have around. Yeah. Different size. Yeah, those are different size. That's funny. Okay. So put the bracket on. Yeah. Clean that up. No. No, that's not right. Why are these in backwards? This one's got an arrow on it. this go on this one? Yeah. The pads are the same though. Yeah, that can't go under the caliper has to have an even surface. Oh, piece of shit. I gotta look in the book. Yeah, apparently this does go on the caliper side, but or on the piston side, but they must have the wrong one on this side. Yeah, so I pulled apart the other side and it had the right shim on there. So I just cleaned it up and put it on this side. Apparently it's so that the front of the pad gets a little bit more pressure from the piston. But I'm just assuming. Yeah. Oh, I might as well take it out. There we go. Now there's a flat on that threaded piece that goes on the caliper to keep it from spinning. Snug those. Yeah, so I tightened the rear caliper, master cylinder, and flushed that one out. Lubed up the rear brake lever pivot. Put some never sees on the pin that goes between the lever and the master cylinder. And I think the only other thing I got to do on the brake back there is tighten up the caliper mount, and the axle is loose, but I can take care of that. So I'll do the other side now, and then when I get to the master cylinder, I'll get you a look inside there when I get the cap off. I got the lid off. It wasn't easy. There was one screw here that was tighter than heck, and the head, it's a Phillips screw, and the head was all buggered up. So got that up. It's not too bad in there. I'm just gonna wipe that out, and then I'm gonna put some new fluid in there, and I have to use this brake to push that other piston out because it's stuck in the caliper real bad. And that thing is just jammed in there. Oh baby. And now I will see if this will take fluid. It's just leaking. Yeah, it's pouring out down here. Well, the piston finally came out. I guess that was it was actually flushing that out a little bit for us, so that's good. And I at least put a drain pan underneath this side. You can see they can see the junk pouring out of there. So let's flush that out a little bit, and I hope to get this out of here, and I'm just gonna tell them that, you know, these hoses need replaced. They're cracked down there. They're they're original. Look at that, May of '78. So they need to be replaced. The throttle cable's questionable. Choke cable needs replaced because it's the tensioner nut here is broke off, and but he's supposed to come tomorrow, so I'll see if he wants to order the stuff and have me do it, or I think he's capable of doing that. We'll just see what he wants to do. I was just hoping to get it out of here. Oh well. Thanks for watching, everybody. I can't believe we finally got to hear this thing run. I am so happy. I'm so excited. Carburetors seem to be working good. There's no leaks. And when I talked to the owner, he said that it does have a cold start issue, so I thought I'd better check the valves. And there was quite a few valves that were too tight on this thing, so if it was stone cold, this thing might have been just popping the valves open just a little bit, or not letting the valves close all the way. And so we got that taken care of. I flushed the brakes front and rear. I ended up taking the front calipers apart because they were all gummed up inside. I got those working. And so the owner's coming tomorrow. I'm going to meet with him and talk with him about what else he wants me to do. We do need the choke cable and throttle cable, and the front brake hoses are real bad, if he wants me to do it. So I'm gonna sign off for now, and I appreciate everybody being here till the end, and thanks for watching. Remember to get out and play in the dirt, work in the grease, but make sure you get out there and enjoy that outdoor piece. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.